This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Unette Gentry. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Welcome to News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry. It's Thursday, August 12th.
Well, a motorcycle rider was flown to a Las Vegas trauma center after a three-vehicle crash this morning on U.S. Highway 95 here in Nye County.
A sedan collided with two motorcycles on US 95, about halfway between State Route 160 and State Route 373. The head-on crash caused significant damage to the vehicle and one of the motorcycles. One of the motorcycle riders was seriously hurt. Mercy Air landed on the highway and airlifted that person to UMC's trauma center. Two other people involved in the crash declined medical treatment. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies, Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, and Nevada Highway Patrol responded to the scene. The highway was closed for nearly 3 hours while troopers conducted their investigation and crews cleaned up debris.
And two drivers are transported to Desert View Hospital after a crash this morning here in Pahrump.
Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating the cause of a two-vehicle crash on Highway 160 near Irene Street that happened around 11 o'clock Thursday morning. According to troopers at the scene, the driver of a white pickup says an item flew off a truck in front of him, striking his windshield. Reacting to the impact, the driver swerved into oncoming traffic where the white truck struck a black sedan. Both drivers were taken to the local hospital for treatment of injuries sustained in the crash. No other vehicles were involved.
And just a short time later, first responders were called to another crash near the Saddle West.
Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue responded to a single vehicle crash at the intersection of Highway 160 and Postal Drive. A minivan left the roadway and drove through a landscaped embankment before coming to a stop in front of the Pahrump Station laundromat. The minivan also struck a small sign along the way. Witnesses report the driver seemed disoriented after the vehicle came to a stop. She was ultimately transported to Desert View Hospital to be checked out. Several juvenile passengers were also inside the van at the time of the crash, but none of them reported any injuries. The Nye County Sheriff's Office is investigating.
And stick around. After this break, we're introducing you to the new NCSO recruits. News 25 will be right back.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Back to News 25. Well, the Nye County Sheriff's Office welcomes 8 new Academy officers. The Class 01P 2021 graduated this weekend as family and friends witnessed them taking the oath to protect and serve.
It's been a tough road for the 8 graduating recruits of Nye County Sheriff's Office Academy Class 01P 2021. The academy is tough not only physically, but mentally too. Along the way, 10 of the original 18 class recruits dropped out. During their training, the future officers learn about local, state, and constitutional laws, familiarize themselves with department policies, learn how to defend themselves, how to testify in court, how to drive in all types of conditions, learn how to handle a weapon, and how to use force appropriately. Under Sheriff Michael Eisenloffel and guest speaker Nevada State Assembly member Greg Hafen commended the graduates on their achievement.
This is the product of very hard work, dedication, and motivation, and a passion that you have to have as a law enforcement officer. A passion to do the right thing, to hold others accountable, but more so to hold yourself accountable. These 8 men right here have made it. I'm extremely proud of them.
It is because of your hard work, perseverance, and dedication that you are graduating today, and you should each be extremely proud of yourselves. I know your instructors, your family, your friends, and the community members stand with me today in recognizing this incredible achievement.
Academy Class 01P 2021 includes Landon Rowland, Giovanni Ruiz, Christopher Smith, Michael Telepat, Corey Bundicho, Dion Ford, Nicholas Huggins, and Raymond Miller. Law enforcement is not for everyone, but it can be a rewarding career. Sheriff Sharon Worley and Under Sheriff Eisenloffel reminded recruits that it's an honor to wear the badge.
This is a service profession. It is your responsibility to protect and serve. Never take action based on emotion. What you do will have lifelong consequences to the people you deal with. Never allow a victim to be victimized a second time.
That badge represents the trust that the state, but more so the people, have placed in you from this day forward. The trust that the people have placed in you. The badge is the representation of that. Run that through your head every day before you begin your shift. The trust that the people have placed in you. It's a huge burden, but a much bigger honor.
Well, Valley Electric Association is reminding customers about the importance of conservation. Wednesday evening, the local cooperative opened its doors to explain a program called Beat the Peak.
Basically what Beat the Peak is an energy conservation effort that Valley Electric is putting out. And basically what we're talking about is during the summer months, when we're having a good amount of heat out there, is to conserve energy between 5 and 9. And what that is that is the peak period of time on the West Coast within the western United States where we all buy our power from. And if we get ahead of this and conserve as much energy as we can, we're going to be in a much better place. We want to keep energy rates low, so beating the peak is part of that effort. We're not talking about, shutting everything off or going dark. We're just saying, listen, try and be aware of the situation and just conserve where you can.
So what can you do to help conserve energy during those peak hours?
Some of the things are using large appliances during that 5 to 9, eliminating using the dishwasher, the washer, the dryer, the oven if you don't need to, turning down your thermostat a couple of degrees during that time. Maybe if you like your thermostat at 75 or 76, maybe you want to before 5 o'clock a couple hours before is turn down your thermostat for a few hours, pre-cool your house, and then turn it up to 78 or 79 from 5 to 9. That way you've already pre-cooled your home and it isn't, it's not as much of an issue for you.
For more energy-saving tips and to keep tabs on your own energy use, you can visit VEA's website.
You can go to vea.coop to our website and look for energy conservation tips, as well as if you are concerned, or if you're concerned about your energy and your energy use, or if you think you're using too much energy, you can call into our customer service line and you want to call in and go to the electric billing department.
Despite the latest mask requirements, Valley Electric Association continues to reach out to the communities it serves.
This event tonight was kind of a little opening salvo for those types of events because, we're a community-driven organization, so we want to be out in the community. I think everybody in Pahrump and Beatty and Sandy, they're used to us being out there, so we're gonna be still limited, obviously, with the situation, but we're gonna try and get out there as much as we possibly can.
Turning now to reproductive health, about 1 in 500 women are affected by uterine factor infertility, a condition making it almost impossible to have a baby. Today, we meet a woman who was told she'd never experience pregnancy. That is, until a uterine transplant made her a mom soon after losing her own mother. Erica Foreman has more on the powerful bond between mother and daughter that lives on.
At 16 years old, Amanda Grundell of Syracuse, Utah, learned she didn't have a uterus and couldn't carry a child.
I always wanted a family, so that was the most devastating thing that I could ever imagine.
Over the years, Amanda explored adoption, surrogacy, and then a uterus transplant. In 2017, she was accepted into Cleveland Clinic's research program. At the time, she was single, and her mom was her biggest supporter.
For my mom, that was her dream. She was able to be with me for the first part of this journey before she got sick.
While waiting for a donor uterus to match her rare blood type, Amanda's mom was diagnosed with ovarian cancer.
She was afraid that her diagnosis might get in the way of my transplant, and she didn't want that.
In 2020, Amanda underwent a 14-hour surgery and received a uterus, just days before her mom passed away.
I had told her that it was okay, that I was going to be okay, that it just seemed like she was part of all this somehow.
Since the transplant, Amanda has gotten married. She and her husband conceived through IVF and became pregnant on their first embryo transfer.
It says yes. It says yes. It was just like, oh my goodness, it was kind of hard to believe.
Amanda had a healthy pregnancy, the first in the program to go full term.
The baby grew well without any complications. We watched her blood pressure and kidney function very closely due to the immunosuppressant medications that she's on, but overall she did great.
The Grundel's baby girl was born via C-section, and they named her Grace, after a teddy bear Amanda's mother had made for her future grandchild.
Her legacy gets to live on through all of this. You know, there's a lot of joy in all that. So even though it was hard, it was such a beautiful experience. I know that not everybody gets this opportunity, and this is extraordinary. It's such a happy ending to get this little girl.
At Cleveland Clinic, I'm Erica Foreman.
And Amanda is one of only 2 women in that program who've opted to keep their donor uterus to try for a second pregnancy. There have been 8 uterus transplants performed at Cleveland Clinic, and 4 healthy babies have been delivered. And stay tuned, we'll be right back with more news here at KPVM.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
We had so much fun today in the cat room at Desert Haven Animal Society. They have dozens of cats and dogs available for adoption. In today's Save a Pet, we meet one of the cats named Lori. Here's Darby O'Donnell.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Lori. Lori is a 1-year-old female. She is a domestic short hair. She's beautiful. She is mainly all white, but she has these beautiful like little black spots on her face and on her back. She kind of looks like a little kitty cat moo cow. So cute. She's extremely friendly, very, very socialized because she's still in a kitten stage. So I'm sure she would acclimate to a new home incredibly well. If you want to come and see Lori or any of our friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, you do not need an appointment anymore, but if you would like, you can call ahead of time at 775-751-7020, or you can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. She's just hiding her little nose right now.
Oh, Lori is the most adorable kitten. Thanks for that report, Darby. All right, turning now to our computer issues. We all want to protect our computers and the data that's on them, but that requires diligence. In this week's Great Computer Deals quick tutorial, Josh Osborne reveals the top 3 enemies of your computer.
Hi, it's Josh with Perum's own Great Computer Deals. Let's get right into it. It's time for another quick tutorial. Josh's brutal truth, the top 3 enemies of your computer. Scammers. They're out there, folks, and they are showing themselves by phone or pop up on your computer screen. Just say no and never let anyone remote into your PC, no matter what they say. Junk programs. There's tons of software out there, but very little of it is actually worth having. Stop downloading browser plugins, junkware, and other bloatware programs. You're not helping yourself. Sketchy websites. It only takes one bad website to totally screw up your computer. Be careful with websites that you don't know and trust. The promise of a free movie download is not worth the risk. Why trust a technician when you can trust a friend? Great Computer Deals is located at 1190 East Highway 372. Call us at 775-990-8833.
Thanks so much, Josh. Well, it's time for another Medical Minute from Spring Mountain Medical. Today, nurse practitioner Peaches Duan discusses some of the treatment options available for some people suffering from acute and chronic pain.
This Medical Minute is brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical, healthcare the way you've always imagined it.
Hello, my name is Peaches Duan. I'm a nurse practitioner and I'm the pain management provider at Spring Mountain Medical. We see acute and chronic pain patients in our facility, and I enjoy seeing the change in them from going from someone who has been in pain for so long to someone who is able to do things they enjoy. I also enjoy collaborating with other disciplines such as physical medicine, family medicine, and behavioral health. The culture at Spring Mountain Medical is unlike any other practice I have worked at. One pain management treatment I like to offer is trigger point injections. A trigger point is a tight band of muscle fibers which causes pain and tenderness to and around a specific area. Trigger point injections are done in the office utilizing a local anesthetic, which is injected with a small needle directly into the muscular tension area. This allows for pain to improve and for more functional movement of that muscle. My name is Peaches Duan, and this has been your Medical Minute brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
All right, let's take a look at that beautiful view of the backside of Pahrump.
That's awesome.
It is gorgeous, and we'll take a closer look at what those skies will do throughout this weekend in your forecast right after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, your dedicated weatherologist. It's an important word I just made up. I think I like it. I don't know. Up in Fernley, Fallon, Carson City, y'all are sitting up in the high 90s and low 100s. Tonopah, you're at 95, our cool spot in the state. Second place honors goes to Goldfield. They'll send you a participation ribbon at 96 degrees. In Beatty, 103. Amargosa, 108. Oh, Las Vegas, you're sweating at 106, but nothing compared to Death Valley at 118 degrees. Here in the paradise of Pahrump, well, let's take a look. 101 gorgeous degrees, Burley degrees, Fuego degrees. It was 103 earlier. A little bit swampy today, 21% humidity. Yeah, the sun rose this morning at 6 a.m. and it was swampy. It'll set this evening about 7:36, 7:37. Oh, close enough, weatherman. Good enough, good enough. 78 degrees is where we're heading tonight. Southeasterly winds to 10 miles per hour, and that humidity sticking with us. What does that mean for coming into the weekend? Well, looks like we got some big old puffy clouds Friday and Saturday. Temperatures reliably at about 105 degrees on average through the weekend. Coming up on Monday, more chance of rain than I'd like to see, 15%. We'll see maybe some light rain, but then a cooling trend into the mid-90s we go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday looks like we might have some big old rainy clouds, so we'll watch out for those. That's a scientific term, big old rainy. Keeping you in the loop. Back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
You know what I noticed? Everybody in town is still doing all this cleanup from the weather.
That's right. Yes, yes. I heard about the monsoon storms.
I know. Yeah. It was awful, and you know we still have a lot of cleanup. I saw all of the public works guys out there this morning on the roadways cleaning up. So we sent them a big box of those crumble cookies,
Wonderful.
the 12
Thanks
pack.
to all of those crews that are doing all of that great work to help our community. But wait.
That's true.
I hear you say that you gave away some cookies.
I did. We gave away some of the crumble cookies. We tried to give them to Josh Osborne and the Great Computer Deals today also, but they were closed.
Yes.
And they closed earlier. I didn't know about that. Right. But we do want to thank the public works crews and everybody out there working. I did notice in my own fence line today, that there was some holes there that were brought about. I didn't even see that because some of the water had went underneath the fence, and literally my dogs could fit underneath it. So
well, hopefully they won't get out. Yes, check your fence lines, look for your pets, and for everyone, that's great exercise if you get out in the yard and do some repair work this weekend. Just remember, stay hydrated.
Exactly.
Yes.
I was out there just, oh my gosh, hauling dirt out there and making sure that we had all the holes covered and everything. So and lots of work, and I bet you guys are having as many weeds in your yard as I am after that rain.
Yes, but hand pull, that's again good exercise. Squatting, bending, yes, no spray.
Good exercise.
Yes.
It was so much fun. Can't tell you. But no, I love to work in the yard. Anyways, so reminder everybody, this weekend is the Miss Prump pageant at Saddle West. 5:30 the doors open, 6 p.m. the show starts. You can buy your tickets at the door.
Yes.
Can't wait to find out who the Miss Prump of 2021 is going to be.
Good luck to all those contestants. Yes.
Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry, and from all of us here at KPVM and Ace Country Radio, thanks so much for joining us tonight, and we'll see you next newscast.
Good night.
Good night.